Hey everyone, it's your boy Daryl from Gifted Music, back with another Gifted Music video. In this video, I'm here with my guy
TAY MEEZ, blow the slap in the tune.
Okay, y'all know how we gotta get into these shit. So first, give us a run up on where you from and shit.
Ocean Hill, man. Brownsville, Best Style, whatever you wanna call it.
Okay, so how was it growing up? You just named like a lot of different neighborhoods and shit like that. So where would you originally came from and shit like
it's
that?
Ocean Hill, but you know it's like the borderline in the middle of everything.
And how did Ocean Hill become cool with the Ville? Cause I see that y'all like tight, like family ties or some shit.
Yeah, we've been tight with them for years, you know. Had a little issues, but those always the guys.
Yeah, issues amongst family
It's like
always get resolved.
08, I say 08, 09.
So when that original rule shit really began.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that. So as far as like your upbringing, take us into like how did you have it financially and shit coming up?
I mean, it is, you know, regular. It's tough, man. Everybody out here trapping, trying to get some money. Jobs, whatever. You do whatever to get some bread.
And like your upbringing and shit, was your moms and your pops around and shit like that?
Yeah,
What type
always.
of? Oh no, that's really good.
Always
Shit like
around.
that. So how was you as in like school and shit? How was you in it? Was you just a chill kid throughout until like it got crazy, or was shit always just up for you?
I was chill in school, but you know, I'm a specific somebody. Everybody know who you are, so
Nah, yeah, that's a
At the-
fact.
shit follows you, man. It's just, you feel me?
Nah, that's most definitely a fact. So as far as like with you being from the streets and shit like that, as far as like the violence and everything that the streets come with, when would you say that you was ever like exposed to like violence? At what age and shit like that? Like where you became aware of the neighborhood and shit that you was
Yeah.
living in and shit.
Shit. Of probably around like 12, 13, shit started really getting epic in the streets.
Nah, that shit crazy.
Like 12, 13,
And at what age did you get into the streets and shit?
around like 12. Like 12, I would say, yeah, that's when.
And what was the
12,
reason?
11.
What was the reason and the shit behind you getting into that shit?
I'm around it. I see it everywhere. You feel me? You gonna grow into it because you right in the middle of it. You living here.
Nah, that's true and shit.
Like,
And as far as like with the streets and shit like that, it's different time periods of the streets. Cause a lot of us like when y'all niggas joined it and shit, it wasn't as crazy. When was it a point that you really realized that the streets is really crazy? And this is like a moment where it hits you what the fuck you actually are in and shit like that.
yeah.
So when did you
Start
have that
getting
moment?
crazy. I'll say like it start getting crazy every day. Around like 2011, it was crazy, but 2011 definitely it was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's when it was a lot of a lot of shit.
I remember that. That was a crazy time period.
That was a minute ago too. It's worse now though. It's worse now, but
That's an interesting thing. So like, as for what's the difference between 2010 and 2020? Why do you think is way more crazy? 'Cause 2010 was definitely a crazy era with a lot of niggas
2010,
getting
you was
left.
really worrying about getting jumped. You wasn't really worrying about getting shot. Like, that was the thing. You used to get jumped a lot back then. You get caught and niggas will hop your ass. Niggas definitely will hop you up. Catch you at a train station, you getting beat the fuck up.
So at what time would you say that the guns and shit really got involved? So when was it from the change from fighting and shit to like actual gunfight?
It always been shooting and everything, but it just gets worse, feel me?
Nah, that's
back
true.
then even it was shooting back then, but me personally, I ain't really like stuff like that didn't really happen until like I said, the summer 2011, 2012 shit. That's when it really got.
And like, explain to us some of like your trials and tribulations in the streets. Have you dealt with loss by like friends and shit like that? Have you experienced that yet?
Yeah, I know a couple of the homies that go on.
And at what age was the first one that like it actually hit you or some shit that you lost like a close friend and shit?
Close friend I personally knew, he died in around like 2010.
Damn.
My man Pooh.
That was the first loss.
East, yeah.
That was the first loss.
That's the first loss as of somebody I really know.
Really know.
Really been around, I remember.
Like that. And how much people would you say that if you had to tell like that you know that got lost in the streets? That's either affiliates or like people around your way and shit.
Nobody wanna go through that shit.
Nah, that's a fact.
I didn't Me personally, I never lost nobody real close to me.
Nah, that's a blessing though.
I never lost nobody real close. I know I lost a lot of people I know, like I'm cool with. You feel me? We have our history and all, but like as a people I be with every single day, I never really lost nobody.
Nah,
like
hopefully it stays. I pray it stays like
me
that
too.
man. That's a fact. So one big hit and shit that I see that like that your sides and that your neighborhood took was like y'all had an indictment a couple years back and shit like that.
Facts.
So I want you to bring us into like the actual scene of indictment. Is it as real and as scary as like the movies painted out to be? Is the
Hell
boys
yeah.
rushing your crib 6 in the morning and
Hell
shit?
yeah.
God damn. So bring us
I didn't get. Me personally, I didn't get wrapped up in the indictment.
Nah, that's what's up.
I have them duck that. With God faith, feel me? But it's real. Cause even me ducking and I'm still thinking I'm about to get wrapped up in that shit. I used to be nervous.
So was it a day where like all the boys came and just rushed the peas?
Yeah, they rushed the piece for people they wanted.
Yeah.
But they ain't rush my shit.
And how did that impact you, like mentally or some shit, seeing all your guys go?
I mean, that shit was crazy because it was happening like
this.
Like you think one nigga here, he calling him, oh he been booked for that. Then I'm calling this nigga, oh he just got booked. Calling the next nigga, oh he got booked last night doing this.
Yeah.
Like that shit is crazy.
Is it a moment
my
where
man right here, my son home. He don't know if he wanna be on camera. My man Bugs though.
Yeah,
okay.
My son just came home from that shit recently.
Damn, that
Did
shit.
a little 2-3 piece for that.
Nah, that's a real life crazy experience. So what were some of the things that like your guys was facing? Was your other guys facing like a lot of serious hard times?
Shit like that. Yeah, a couple of my guys got some years over 10. 10 and up. My man SK, he got life.
Damn.
Young boy too.
Got life. My man Spaz still waiting. Free Reese, my boy Reese got like 10.
Nah, that's a real. That's
He's got numbers.
He's got numbers over here.
Now hopefully they all get free soon, man.
Be heavy on that snitch K shit,
Facts,
man.
niggas is rats.
Nah, that's how much niggas.
But I ain't saying no names, right?
How much niggas do you think in the form of indictments actually end up snitching versus the ones that stand tall? If you
always snitch. It's always gonna be a snitch.
I feel like it's 30%. It'd be like 30%.
rats.
It's always
Yeah,
two,
it's like
three,
It's always
like
rats
two, three.
depending
around.
on the amount.
If y'all 30 deep, it's like 10 of them.
10 of them.
Damn.
Probably 8 of them. But we a little deep. We like 15 deep.
It's
so
like
it's
9 of them, what, 2?
Yeah, we never really was that. We was
So
deep
that's-
back
it's
then.
two.
When it was like when the shit was really lit.
So how is that like with y'all niggas knowing that in mind? Do y'all stay away from people or some
Yeah,
shit like
that's
that?
how we
All
are.
bars, bro.
Like
Check
we like
niggas
to
out,
be with
check
our
they temperature, stay away from
Nah,
them.
we like
that's-
to be with
Type
ourselves.
shit.
But
Cool
also,
with certain niggas, you know, like the Ville. Those
Yeah.
are guys forever.
but also it's all
10.
about being like battle tested. Because if a nigga made it through an
Exactly.
indictment or he been through hard times, you can know he's trustworthy. But if a nigga never been through nothing, niggas
That's
that
questionable.
That shit don't even matter because niggas that been through it know where to go back
Certain
to it
niggas,
again.
certain niggas
They'll
like,
tell down the line.
certain niggas you can
That's how
tell
shit
that
go.
they bop it is, bro.
Yeah.
So like, why even do certain things with a person?
Exactly.
That's true too. And I feel like certain niggas they snitch depending on if the situation look good for them. If they get a little 1 to 3, they hold it down
Fuck good for them.
or some shit like
Niggas
that.
be doing that shit from the bottom of their heart.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. You call it what you see it.
Nah, it just be nasty and shit like
Yeah,
that.
it's definitely nasty.
But it's
But
from the bottom of their heart.
no, I try to stay. I stay with the same niggas, man. Niggas I know,
Nah, that's the
niggas
only,
I trust. Feel me?
Nah,
I don't
that's-
really.
that's the only way to keep it, man. That's the only way to keep it. So as far as like with you being in the Brooklyn drill scene, I got in tune with you guys like a long time ago from
Yeah.
that hit song, "Open Up" and shit like
Yeah,
that. I seen that
definitely.
would put y'all niggas on the map. So what's the difference between BK drill now versus in the past and shit?
I be down. I say now people is really doing a lot more people is doing what they really rapping about.
So niggas
Back
was
then
capping
it was
more.
just to get some.
I'm like
Now it's still to get clout too, but it's people out here that's really doing that though. Like
Yeah.
certain teams, you know, it's really about it. Back then everything was just for everybody trying to get noticed. Everybody trying to get. It wasn't really nobody was really doing that back then.
And like in your opinion and shit, like have you seen the change of like the violence in the streets in Brooklyn due to like drill music and shit like
Yeah,
that?
Definitely.
And like
That shit is
explain,
big influence.
damn, explain
big
the impact that the
influence on
music, explain the impact that the music actually has on the streets and shit.
it got a big impact. That shit, your little brothers watch it. They see that shit, they like it. They gonna grow up to be that. They gonna grow up be just what you don't want them to be.
Nah, that's a fact.
That shit real, nigga.
And that shit, I feel like it makes it like 10 times more, specifically in the sense where it's just like it opened up the door to like niggas disrespecting each other, dead mans.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the pure reason.
In reality, if you really want to know the facts, I feel like Chicago.
Chicago changed Brooklyn.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Definitely.
If it wasn't for the Chicago wave,
if it wasn't
I feel
for
like
Chief and them in 2012. That's when Chief came out, like 2012, right?
2011,
2012. That shit had niggas out here changing their names to
OD, wearing dreads, growing all of that shit.
Changing they blocks to these certain block, all types of shit.
Nah,
that
that's
shit,
a fact.
That shit had a bigger.
And I feel like the mindset changed from getting money to the beef and shit. I feel like more of the beef was focused on than like niggas worried more about a bag, I guess, before then. Now everybody just want to be the biggest shooter or the same thing like that and shit. So that's definitely a good point that you got
about it.
Yeah. And what is the reason why you feel like a lot of artists is dying now versus like when y'all niggas was rapping and shit like that?
I mean, there's a lot of people dying now because everybody is on the same timing. It's like everybody on the same time. You gonna meet right now. Everybody got a gun.
Yeah, that's true too.
Brooklyn, you meeting everybody from the youngest niggas to the oldest niggas.
And why you think it got so hot? Why do you think 2020 is one of the most hottest years in Brooklyn streets history as far as violence? Why you think it got this way?
I honestly can't tell you that. This year is just crazy.
One of the reasons I think is the police presence. I feel like the police.
It's no police. That's a fact. That's number one. There's no police. It's the music. Niggas not gonna let you keep rapping about they dead mans and not doing nothing about it.
Yeah.
So it's that, and people gotta retaliate for their people. So
nah, that's definitely a fact. And the last question and shit like that, do you ever feel like it could get to a point where there's like peace within drill rap? Because that's one thing that I definitely want to see push, where we can, because I love the music, but like the impact of the music. Probably if niggas get, I feel like if niggas could stop talking about niggas dead mans and shit like that, then everything could be cool. Even if you diss a nigga.
I don't think it's gonna get to like that. It's over. Everybody pride too big. Niggas want to be the toughest niggas.
Then you got the young niggas that's really stepping up. The young niggas is moving quicker than us, you know? We've been here.
And what you mean by that?
As if like
young niggas on go. It's a lot of
They just stepping off the porch.
They got something to prove.
That's what really wilding them young boys.
It's always the young generation that be seen up the street.
Niggas said it was the young niggas when we was.
That's a fact. 2010, y'all was the young niggas and shit like that. Now it's a whole different.
And not even like, you really think like these kids gonna sit at home and do that remote learning shit?
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing.
I know about
kids out here ain't got shit to do.
Bro, we know how we was when we was young, bro. How headed and shit, bro. If we was stuck in a period of time like this, bro, and we had to do remote learning, and
it's clip.
Be outside wilding.
Nah, that's
everybody
a fact.
Be outside wilding. There's no cops. Half of the cops got fired and shit. Like, it's mad shit going on.
It's just wicked right now.
Everybody moving.
It's pandemic shit.
All this shit crazy because everybody just like everybody feeling for themselves. That's all it is. Everybody feeling for themselves. Everybody like, yo, I ain't gonna die during.
Nah, that's a fact.
I ain't gonna lose my family during this time. Everybody moving accordingly. Everybody trying to move accordingly. And for me, some people getting left. That's just good.
Yeah, nah, that's most definitely a fact. Especially about like the remote learning and shit. I feel like that's real.